Is Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora worth your money? I tested the game for more than 2 hours. Stay tuned for all the info. What's up guys, my name is Franky Boy. On this channel I am covering everything regarding open world RPGs such as Avatar, Assassin's Creed and The Witcher. Stay subscribed if you love these kind of games. And Ubisoft kindly let me play for 2 hours and I got some first impressions for you guys, which I already summed up in a video. This time we're gonna evaluate, is it worth your money or not? Well, Avatar, you have to pay 70 plus euros or US dollars for the lowest tier package to get. The other ones sum up until like 230 bucks for the collector's edition. It's quite expensive. To know if it's worth your money, you have to put it into a context. And the first thing you want to know is, of course, how much playtime do I have? This is not officially announced right now, but Avatar has 3 really large areas, and those gigantic areas, they all should be longer than most other AAA games. So that's just in terms of pure landmass, but we can evaluate that it might have a really long playtime as well. One thing you need to keep in mind is that your Icran will be your vehicle of choice. It's your flying mount and you will be on it for quite some time. So a large area isn't a generally filled area with stuff. If I estimate the playtime, it should be like 30 to 60 hours for the story, and I think 80 to 120 hours of pure gameplay with all the open world stuff. That's just an estimation based on Far Cry, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, etc. Speaking of Far Cry, this game is based on the gameplay of Far Cry. While Far Cry was developed by Ubisoft Montreal in Canada, this game was developed by Ubisoft Massive, but they have the Far Cry formula in it. And you always have to speak of Far Cry if you speak about Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. You can't unsee it. Once you saw the gameplay mechanics of a classical Far Cry like Far Cry 3, 4, 5 and 6, you always see them in this game. And for me this isn't a bad thing, but if you dislike the gameplay loop of Far Cry, then this game isn't for you. If you dislike the Avatar brand as a whole, then this game isn't for you as well. If you like one of the two, then you have to consider if the other thing will make you angry or it's just okayish for you. I would say if you're just a gameplay type like I am, I personally always look at the gameplay first and then at the brand. It's my type of gameplay loop I like. You collect things, you upgrade your armor, you get new skill perks, you invade bases, you clear out the map. That's my type of open world game that I like. And this might be the case for many of you too. So if that's a thing that you like, I guess this game is something for you. Avatar also has some riddles for you in petto. So right here you have to like hit these little plants to open the gate. That is a plant gate, and you just have to follow the routes to get through the gate. And like I chose to shoot those plants, but you could hit them as well. And by the way, I didn't notice it right away, so Ubisoft staff told me, hey, you can use your bow to hit it as well. You don't need to hit it with like a melee weapon. Speaking of melee, there are different approaches on combat. My favorite is the stealthy grenade launcher. You stay out of sight, no one really sees you, but you throw some grenades on your enemies and they even one-hit those large mechs by the IRA. You can also choose to use IRA weapons like this machine gun or machine pistol. I think it's called submachine gun in English, right? In Germany it's actually called machine pistol, like an MP5. Maschinenpistole 5. Makes sense, right? The MP5 is actually the machine gun or the submachine that the German police uses. Well, you can choose to use those IRA weapons as said before, or stick to the Navi stuff. Also, sticking to the Navi stuff like a bow will prevent the animals from being unusable, because it's totally possible to hunt and you need those animal parts and plants to upgrade your gear, to craft some food, buff food, and really like getting gear to the next level is one of the best things. And also balancing out your loadout. I had 4 weapons in this demo: a strong bow, a normal bow, the slingshot, and also of course the machine gun, or I think it was just an assault rifle, right? I couldn't really dive deep into that, and I'm not allowed to show you any menus yet because they might be subject to change. But I can tell you, like, these menus, they are fully working, you can see everything and everything is clear. It's easy to understand. The best thing about Avatar, in my opinion, is not only the gameplay loop, but the vast open world that you can explore. It's so huge. And Pandora is quite a beautiful place with lots of plants to get and animals to see. Yeah, and of course enemies to beat. It is even possible to invest into your clans and collect some stuff for them and put it then into their clan's basket. I can show you that as well because it's a menu of the game. The story is an essential thing of Avatar, of course. And I am skeptical right here because Ubisoft stories are never like very great. They are always like mediocre, and I expect it to be that way. So set your expectations right and don't get disappointed by that. For me, it's not a big problem since I'm the gameplay type of player, but some of you story enthusiasts might be disappointed. I think the story that the game wants to deliver is kind of a standard Avatar story. You are raised by the IRA and then you get into this vast open world with this big conflict, and you might flip sides, of course, because you stick to your roots, you stick to your Navi, and the IRA is just the invader, of course. You use your Icran to explore it and get some missions done. The best thing is to call your Icran mid-flight and simply mount up. In this case, I had to blow up some stations. I guess you guys have seen this gameplay before if you saw some Avatar videos, because everyone did like the same mission. The highlight of my gameplay session was this IRA base, which I could take down. And the great thing is, you could not only take it down, but the open world will change afterwards, because nature always gets it back. So the IRA leaves, and then the nature gets the whole base back. In this case, I missed that I should first go to my quest marker and then get this extractor alpha. I tried to play stealth, but I was caught immediately, maybe to the lack of skill or skills of the game, I don't know. You have to say, I am very squishy as a Navi. You have some nice tools like a double jump, etc. that make you superhuman, but the enemies are also almost one-shot, or some are even one-shot. Like these mechs aren't, except for with the slingshot they were one-shot. But yeah, you had to play really careful, really watch your steps. I played it on normal difficulty, I think. On hard difficulty it could be quite a challenge and fun, but since you guys might know Far Cry, it won't be that hard of a game. In this case, yeah, you can see I'm always crafting ammunition on the fly, and then I'm using my gun to shoot. And the enemies really are one-shot. Like, one shot is a sentence for those human, normal soldiers, I'd say, as you saw right there. The game also provides these little riddles, and I have to say, once you understood them, they are not hard to play through at all. It's just an easy task to do. And afterwards, you freed the IRA base, and everything was fine again. The sun is shining again on this little piece of Pandora. In general, I would sum it up like this. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora is something for you if you like Far Cry 6. If you like Far Cry 5, Far Cry 4 or Far Cry 3, in general, the gameplay loop. Collecting herbs, collecting animal parts, crafting and upgrading your gear. Especially Far Cry 6 made that a big deal. Upgrading and farming maybe for your character. I guess farming is not the biggest part, just playing through the story. If you like a vast and majestic open world, this game might also be something for you. In this case, I didn't play it on max settings, it's just in HD and not the maximum settings. You have to see that. And right here I'm eating some mushroom. I hate mushroom in real life. I'm super happy I didn't need to eat it in real life. This, by the way, was like the main tree where we have our tribe in this area. Each area has one kind of a base, I think. I didn't explore the other areas yet. To be honest, I don't think this will be one of the best games in the world, not even Game of the Year potential. But I think we really know what we are getting. We are getting a standard Ubisoft open world game with Far Cry-like gameplay loop in the Avatar universe. And for me, that's totally enough. I will have dozens of fun hours with that one. But if you were disappointed by, let's say, Far Cry 5, maybe even some Assassin's Creeds, then this game could not be the type of game you like. I think it's very easy to say what you get, and setting your expectations right is very easy with this game, as it was with Assassin's Creed Mirage. I think Ubisoft did well on like planning the marketing of not promising too much and then delivering less, and that has been a mistake they did for years, and now it stopped. They kind of always said it right, I think. I'm super curious, will you guys get the game? I think I will have a lot of fun in this game. I totally know what I'm up to get, and of course it's a little bit unfair since I already played it, but yeah, I think most of you guys kind of know how this game would feel if you see the gameplay. Alright, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will speak to you in the next videos about those great open worlds that I love. See you later, your Peter. My name is Stefan, by the way. And of course, ring the bell. Goodbye, guys.